we knew we wouldn't get to all of the questions, right? For our Q&A.
You're kind of a slow question answerer.
Okay. I never used to be this way, but now I am one of those people who doesn't get to use all of her words at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I have been known to like ramble on to the checkout cashier, the salesperson on the phone.
Well, we were turning into mom.
I didn't think it would happen to me. I have like this internal timer in my head where like after about a minute of me sharing, I just feel like, and back to you.
Yes.
But now it's gone up to about a 3-minute timer. And after I talk about you, then I'm like, oh, that reminds me of.
Okay.
And then I tell another story. And then I'm like, I literally was on a sales call with someone and I was just like, okay, one more story. And when I heard the words come out of my mouth, I was like, okay, I need to probably get out of the house a little bit more or, phone a friend. We talk a lot. There's definitely the times where I can tell you weren't listening, but it was just like, that's okay. I just had to get it out. Or the phone cuts out or whatever. I'm like, I'm not repeating all that. So we're going to try and finish up Q&A today.
I'm going to really try and, where's my watch?
I have a lightning round at the end. Okay. And when I was putting that together, I actually was telling myself, lightning means lightning, Diana.
Okay. Hold you to it.
Okay, first question. I've been following you both since almost the beginning, so I feel like I know you pretty well.
Okay.
But what's one thing I wouldn't know about each of you? I am intensely competitive. Like, not just a little, but intensely. It could be pole vaulting. And if I just sit and watch for a little bit and start to like understand a little bit of the technique, I'll start getting into it. I'll start being like, oh, he's not good. She's, whatever. I can do that. And that's why, and my oldest is also extremely competitive. And that's why I tell her, don't play games that you can't win. Which that's just the best way I've learned to like help myself still have friends at the end of card games, minute to win it games. If there's a minute to win it game and I'm like, I've always been bad at that, or you have always beat me in the cup game.
Yeah. That's the Lord's way of humbling you.
I either practice secretly at home or I don't play.
One thing that you haven't beat me in is longest distance ran, right?
Yeah, long distance running, I will beat no one in.
So when I was like 20, the gym I was working at, a group of people that worked there and worked out there got together and they're like, hey, let's do team and training and run a marathon for the Leukemia Society. And it was in San Diego. It's the Rock and Roll Marathon.
So they have coaches, they coach
training
you through
programs. Yeah. It's a whole group
really cool.
in Rochester was doing it. Yeah. And I like to just be part of things, right? And so I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't actually have any desire to run a marathon, but if everyone else is doing it, sure, count me in. I was the only one from the gym that stuck with it. I did not train that well for it, and I was planning on cutting out at the 13-mile mark. I knew there was like a halfway, like if you're not doing well, don't worry, they'll give you a ride back. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just like do half, come here, get the t-shirt, go home, right? Well, before I know it, I'm like, mile 14, what? And so I ended up running into the whole thing.
Did you actually
Slow
run?
and steady? Yes, because it gets to a point where you're just like, you either keep moving or you're done.
Yeah.
Like your body will just lock up and done.
Yeah.
So I did it. I was amazed.
I was recently running when we were teaching our oldest how to ride her bike.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had to she thought it was funny to race ahead of mommy. And I was like, well, okay, then if you fall, you fall. But, so I was kind of jogging up and down the street and I actually felt pretty good. I was grateful because I didn't know, It's been a long while since I have ran. We were soccer players. We were.
Yeah, we used to be in great shape.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have different priorities.
You don't think this will happen to you, that you might let yourself go a little bit after kids, but.
It's okay.
But one of the questions was, how do you stay so fit? Which I just always appreciate, even if like, just kind of are saying that, which you're not. Everybody here is super authentic. But just thanks for saying that. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate that. So
I do walk a ton. I've been getting this summer, I send Diana a picture. I'd get up to like 20,000 steps a day just because it is like my brain processing time. Leave me alone. And our kids are old enough where I can go walk for an hour and they don't even know I'm gone, So
what's the most important friend making skill you've learned, and does it work every time?
I would think just to be genuinely interested in other people.
Yeah.
Can you really go wrong? I heard the 2 questions you should like ask everybody, but maybe not right away though.
Yeah.
what is a dream of yours and also what scares you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that would be a interesting.
Do you want to
thing
know the best question that I've heard recently for that? For kind of just taking an existing relationship like the next step deeper or see if it can go there.
Okay.
What's something you're longing for right now?
Yeah, that's good.
Now.
Easy peasy.
I didn't like miss a beat, you know, then I was like, how about you? I don't need 5 minutes to get to that one.
And they're
That
like, well, I want to write a book, and you know, and you're like, nap.
That's what I'm longing for. But the uninterrupted kind. Is there alarms that go off in the house?
No.
Is there like a notice that gets pushed out to every child and spouse and neighbor? I
know. And now I feel guilty when I can take an uninterrupted nap because I'm just like, surely someone must need me. I should be doing something. Like, this is still so bizarre.
Yeah.
So,
but you keep telling me we're not far.
You're not far at all.
Yeah. And it gets, remember,
it
also,
gets easier.
It
it's
gets
all
easier.
downhill from here.
Yeah.
So
when Dawn
easy.
is struggling with her teenagers, I was like, no, it
Easy
gets
peasy.
easier. Mine is the current of culture is carrying us toward isolation, disconnection, separation.
Yep.
So you can't actually just float in the stream and get to where you want to be in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have to be putting intentionality, energy toward maintaining your relationships.
Okay.
This is even our family relationships.
Mm-hmm.
This might even be your relationship with yourself, honestly.
Okay.
And so that picture was really helpful. I can just kind of see like a rushing river. Again, I don't know if any generation in history has dealt with this.
No.
And so I feel like we're kind of all catching up. Like, okay, what just happened? And then how do we intentionally then keep ourselves going toward friendships? And that's where my Make Your New Best Friend workshop came from, is all of this. So it's coming up August 19th, or it will be available on demand after August.
Mm-hmm.
But we just need those just simple tools, little adjustments that we can make to keep ourselves drifting in the right direction.
Well, and I think a game plan that takes the insecurity out of it, right?
Yeah.
That you don't feel like you're so much putting yourself out there as these like just incremental things that you can do, and also knowing when to push through.
Yep.
You know, like, hey, they ghosted me for a day. Am I okay with that? I don't know, right? When to push through and when to be like, I'm seeing a pattern, I'm gonna vote myself out of that. So,
and knowing, do I dust off this old relationship and just use some of those questions to go a little deeper and see if we can handle that?
Kindle?
Or is it time to, make some
Seek
new
our
relationships that'll turn into lasting friendships? So we'll cover all of that. I'm happy to be your guide. I rebuilt my whole friend base over the last couple of years. It was hard, but now I'm in this place where I'm like, this is so rich again, where I have some really great relationships that are extremely rewarding. I feel incredibly supported and heard. I guess not if I have all these words left over at the end of the day.
You just might need to
one or two
together
more.
with them
one
more
or two
frequently.
More. I'm still, I got to tell you the neighbor story. I'm still cultivating that one. I imagine myself,
talking with her a lot,
sitting on the porch.
While
Get ready. Get ready. Okay.
I really hope she's been watching these.
I want that just be.
She's like, oh, am I the neighbor? Or
I just live my life online as if no one who knows me hears anything that I say, and then when they do. What's the date for the February meetup in Florida? It is official. It's official.
Yay.
Please don't ask too many questions yet. this is save the date. Okay.
Yep.
A wedding, you get the save the date in the mail. It has the date and the location.
Yep.
Okay.
You don't pick your meal yet.
Please don't ask if there's vegan options.
There's no meal.
Okay? Yeah. Actually, there's going to be sweets. We can tell you that. Desserts.
There will be gluten-free, though.
And dairy-free. We get it. Okay? And healthy sweets. Oh, gosh. I have a lot of planning to do. Okay, we have a great team. Okay, February 1st, Orlando, Florida, Calvary Church, Orlando.
Okay.
That's it. That's location and that's 5 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
There could be some events before, so block out the whole afternoon and evening.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it. Thank you.
More to come? Okay.
That's awesome. Yep.
Oh, I got to meet just, 20 women from my membership community in person for the first time a couple weeks ago. My smile muscles hurt for the first time in years. It was highlight of the year. When you've got to meet people online and, you know, and develop these different relationships, when you meet in person, there's nothing like it. We'll be available, we'll be around, and lots of other people that are just like all of us.
Yay.
You know, who have too many words, who can't,
Oh, but you guys over there. Or maybe pair you up with a less worthy
Yeah.
person. I don't know.
yeah, maybe
Okay.
that could be on the name tag.
It'll
Okay.
be- okay.
And then
Color coded.
I run or I don't run. Okay.
We're gonna have a fun run with it. No,
We also are supporting a really great cause to help women who are recovering from human trafficking, which is just, I know so many of us want to help. We don't always know what to do, so we're extremely excited about that. So,
Okay.
more details to come. That was your save the date, okay?
Yep.
All right. If you ask questions in the comments, I will do my best to answer them. Okay. We're 11 minutes in. Okay.
Mediocre.
We're
Pump up the competitiveness here.
Okay.
Let's go.
This is cute, I thought. Would you describe what both of your families do together regularly? I have in my head that you all attend the same church and then all go to your parents' house for Sunday dinner.
Oh,
would
that's
love that.
beautiful. That's very nice.
I have a friend who, her family, she has 4 kids and all these grands now. They get together once a month for Sunday dinner, but they started it when her kids started going to college as a way for the older kids to stay connected to the younger kids who are still at home.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it now for 20 years.
Yeah.
And their family is so close. And I know not all these things are like secret weapons, but I think we're finally getting to a place now that my kids are getting a little bigger where we could have a little bit more
Something
of a
standard.
scheduled standard time.
So you haven't described what we do.
So right now,
Okay.
we do not go to the same church.
Nope.
And we do not have regular meetings like at mom and dad's. It's usually around holidays or birthdays or events.
So once every 6 weeks? Once a month?
Yeah. No,
6
not
weeks?
once a month.
Yeah.
It's not as often as I would like. I would like
No.
it to be every Sunday personally. We do meet my husband's family a lot more often because they're all right here within a half mile. And all
We're
of our
about
kids are the same
25
age.
minutes apart.
Yeah.
Where we live.
So it's like just far enough with all these little kids where I have to plan, like, you know, check the diaper bag, snacks, bottles, and all of
Nap
that.
times,
So 1 to 2 more years, I feel like we'll just
You'll be
drop
more
in.
mobile.
Because Dawn's right next to mom and dad. And so then, yeah, I just feel like we'll pop in on a Saturday morning, do the regular once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month, Sunday afternoon.
I think it surprises us at times. Like I think we would have imagined we would see much more of each other.
And Dawn's kids are amazing with my kids. And so that is such a gift. So when we get together, it is wonderful. And I get a rest from the kids and
love
we
it.
hang out and chit chat and everybody gets along super well. Like we all mix very well.
We go for family runs.
We don't run. I talk. Me and my mom. We just talk and talk and talk. And everybody else sits and listens. Dad eventually turns on the TV. He sits in his chair and then he'll turn on the TV. It'll be on mute for a while and then he's like, oh.
Okay, and you guys. are
Now we
talking.
play a lot of games now that
That's
the kids
fun.
are older.
Yep.
Yeah. And mom will play on Minute to Win It and stuff like that, or bingo and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah. So it's wonderful. We're so grateful. Oh, if I could give everybody a twin, extended family, a farm, I would.
A farm. Here's your farm.
Maybe not everybody wants that, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's a
someone
running
asked
trail around
too,
it.
you know, would you like to live closer? I would go back to the farm in a minute.
Yeah.
My husband is from India. He's from a city of 10 million people. He would go back to the city in a minute. So the suburbs seem to suit us.
Yeah.
And I do, the longer I live away from the farm, the more the drive there feels longer and longer. I'm a townie, okay? And I'm used to everything being within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or
delivered to your door.
or delivered. I was just teaching my sister-in-law how to, on Uber Eats, you find the promotions.
Okay.
You can get things delivered for less than if you went and picked it up.
That's so wrong.
Even with the crazy cost of food right now, I can get us fed in $20, which is just with some of these promotions. But you gotta
You
gotta know how to find them, okay? And so anyway, it's
It's so hard.
so many words. I just am realizing.
Well, this is a good one. Are you going to answer that one? We're going to get a little
I do.
spicy?
So someone asked, Diana, I'd be really grateful for your biblical stance on women as pastors. So this would typically be the kind of thing that I shy away from. I don't tend toward defending doctrine or apologetics or anything like that. I tend to stay in the big squishy middle that most of us as Christians agree on, because I think there's enough for us to do together that we can separate ourselves out later. I don't know. And so
It's not a hill to
that's
die
tend
on,
to be, yeah. And even in my online Bible study community, we have every faith tradition, Christian faith tradition, and it is so beautiful. When it comes to the biblical perspective on women as pastors, you can make an extremely intelligent, academic, and well-defended argument for either one, for or against. The book I wanted to recommend, because this was extremely helpful to me, is called Neither Completarian Nor Egalitarian, and those are terms for if you believe one way or the other. This book never says either way what's right, but it is the most, and anybody could read this and enjoy it, it is the most beautiful depiction of the kingdom that I have ever read. Because it's like, you know, that's kind of a surface level question. Why don't we get down deep to the heart of everything that Jesus was doing and talking about and teaching? And you start to find that he was so much more concerned with the things that bring us together and love and serve our neighbors.
Yeah.
And he was trying to break down all of the barriers of status and race and, you know, he was constantly going to the woman at the well, the prostitute who was about to be stoned. And so he was constantly bridging those barriers. And so, so I'm not going to say either way.
Well, I mean, obviously we know what you believe. You're a female pastor.
Well, you can be a female pastor and believe that women can't teach men. So
you can only teach women.
The church I was ordained in the tradition, I did have the opportunity to teach both men and women. Okay, last one, and then we're going to speed round. I can't even say it. Would you consider doing a cooking video with some of the Indian foods you've made for your in-laws? And others have been, will you guys do a cooking video together again? We had an Easter cake debacle that was truly a debacle. It was not staged. It's the real deal around here. I have a cookbook in mind that is called Spice and Rice, and it is Indo-Asian, so Indian, Asian, American. Okay. Because that's what so my husband's from India, so he really appreciates spice and rice at every meal. And I actually love it too, but spice and rice can also be Asian. It can also be Cajun. So it's actually kind of a fun combination. I have a really good tandoori Indian. So masala is a spice mix. Okay, that's all it is. So tandoori masala, you could just buy it at the store. It's better though if you just get the 7 to 10 ingredients from your local Asian grocery store that go in it. But it's just one time. And then you make it all up and then you have that masala. And now you can use it in tandoori chicken, butter chicken, chicken curry, tandoori pizza. Okay, so pre-order now. Just kidding. It's going to be a while, but it's all here, and so it.
Then you would do cooking videos along with it.
Naturally, yeah. Will you help me?
Obviously.
Okay. Cooking for my in-laws is like a whole nother step above that because it's authentic Indian, right? And so that, like, one of my friends was just asking me, can you recommend an Indian restaurant around here? And I was like, go to any of them. You're not Indian. Like, we don't.
Princess parents wouldn't.
No, we don't eat at Indian restaurants because it's not authentic. And so
it's kind of like Taco Bell.
Wow. Yeah, when you say it like that. Yeah, so go to any Indian restaurant if you're not Indian and get my cookbook in 2 to 3 years.
What's your favorite thing to order if you do go to an Indian restaurant?
I actually like to get the appetizers, and so, like, okay, if you're gonna go, get onion pakora, which is sort of like onion rings, but in like little pieces. It's onion and or samosa is. I mean, lots of cultures actually have samosas. It's kind of like a breaded, deep fried thing that has yummy stuff on the inside. But, you can't beat it. That's what I did tell my friend. I was like, don't go to one of the restaurants. Go to the grocery store with the deli and get the yummy deli foods. And then even the vibes in there are very India and stuff. So anyway, it's so fun. I grew up on a farm. This was the last life I imagined, but it is so rich. And so cookbook coming.
Spring of 2028.
Your kids will be graduating and I will be making a cookbook. All right, speed round. Would you rather have a cozy, beautifully decorated home but limited space, or a spacious, minimalist home with less personal style?
Oh, spacious, minimalist every day.
Yeah.
All day.
But then I would make it cozy.
think you have to live in it
I
as
couldn't
is.
live in a.
Then you have to pick the other one.
I have to pick. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I
You
love
feel cozy.
I want it to be
Visit
cozy. I
each
want
other's
people to
homes.
feel comfortable, and I don't want the halls to echo. Okay. Would you rather spend a day pampering yourself at a luxury spa or a weekend on a quiet beach?
Beach. Easy.
We're very simple. Okay. Would you rather be known for your excellent cooking or your amazing sense of humor?
Humor.
Both.
You are not good at these.
That's a hard one for me.
I think you don't humor.
I think I'm good at both. Okay. Yeah, humor. I would much rather make people smile than be like, that's so good. Okay. And comment on these in the comments, okay? Would you rather have a new adventure or like a travel experience every year or have one big trip every 5 years? Oh, that you really plan for, look forward to, maybe it's a couple weeks?
Nah, I'd rather go every year.
Every year. Yeah, 5 years is a long time.
long.
Would you rather have a thoughtful handwritten letter or a surprise gift?
Oh, you want both on this one too.
I like to give both.
You like to get.
I would want the gift
Okay.
all day, any day. It could be a Diet Coke. It doesn't have to be
know.
a lot of money or thought.
I don't think I'd want either. That's just something. It just feels like
Because
something you
you
have to
are
do now to respond.
Quality
and-
time and acts of service?
No words of affirmation, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. Something about reading a lot right now. We're having to. I don't.
I
like
think
reply to
To
it.
have to like respond like, oh, that was so nice and
Yeah.
thoughtful, thankful. You're just like, let's just cut to the
If there's
chase.
no response needed, I would go with the letter.
Okay. Oh, would you rather have a personal trainer or a personal chef to help you with your health goals?
Chef
In a minute.
all day long.
Yeah, we can walk.
Yeah.
Some of us run.
Just tell me what to eat.
Would you rather have a perfectly organized home but a busy schedule or a relaxed schedule and a cluttered home? I want both.
No,
I can't.
bad question.
Okay,
I don't.
sorry.
I can't do clutter anymore.
No. Yeah, because even if your schedule's relaxed, you're not going to be relaxed.
No, then you need to be dealing with your
Yeah.
clutter. What are we talking about? I don't like that question.
We are going to be doing decluttering by faith in January.
That'll be fun.
And so we can put the two together because I know if you're sitting there like, well, I would like a decluttered home. I just haven't been making good progress. Like we get it. So it's not always so cut and dry, but I think most of us probably prefer that and the lesser schedule. I didn't write these questions, okay? Would you rather be known for excellent organizational skills or your incredible creativity?
Creativity.
Organization. That's our personalities right there. Yep, okay. Would you rather learn a new language or a new musical instrument?
Instrument.
Instrument, but doesn't both just sound really hard right now? Or no?
Yeah, I think, don't you get to an age where your brain is like rebels against that? They're like, no, sorry, you missed the window of neuron development to do that.
Yeah, that's what someone in my community was asking, how any tips for Bible memorization. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
honestly the first time that I have replied and said, I'm sorry, I have none because I find it very difficult right now.
Oh, I really like what's the app where it takes away words from it?
Oh.
So it starts with the full scripture and then it starts to take away words so you fill in. So as you're reading it, and then it takes away more and more.
Carla, we're going to link to it, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. See, this is why we need each other.
Who's Carla?
She's the one who asked the question.
So
It's literally she messaged me, and it's literally the first time that I've been like, I'm really sorry, and I know her, so it's okay.
Okay.
But I was just like, I actually find it really difficult right now to memorize anything.
Bible memory. It looks like that.
I'll link to it. Okay,
I know,
Bible
it doesn't
memory.
always work very well,
It's a
but-
free app.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Dawn. Would you rather have a professional organizer come to your home or a personal stylist for your wardrobe?
I feel like I need a stylist.
Yeah.
Like it would just be fun to have that experience and see like what
Yeah.
they would pick out for me that I wouldn't have considered.
I feel like you
Should we do that sometimes and video it?
Yeah, I feel like you get cuter options from a stylist and not just like we feel like we know our colors now, which is super helpful.
Yeah.
But like, doesn't this? I thought I was really
That's
happy
nice.
when I found
That's
this.
nice.
But to have someone just bring items that like are just fun and fit and
Yeah.
flatter you,
Yeah, I would do that all day long.
I think that'd be fun because you're pretty good at organizing too, so you don't. Would you rather have a beautiful garden that you have to regularly maintain or a low maintenance patio with comfortable seating? What is that? Patio, right?
No, the garden is enjoyable. It helps your
Oh.
brain process and when you see like things
Yeah.
grow from a little seed.
Yeah.
Like we're so far removed from like the awe of nature and the world. Like you need that.
Yeah.
I mean, you should get a chicken just for the experience of when they lay their first egg and you're just like, they eat grain and water.
Yeah.
How does an egg come out? You know,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's hard to explain until you experience
Can you also explain to Declan how the babies come out?
it. Yeah, right.
Oh,
miracle.
boy. At least we can say the doctor cuts it out. Like, that's actually been kind of nice. But then my daughter's like, for everybody? And I'm like, okay, shoot. Like that. I was really going to try to lean into that one. Okay, great. So first, I just sitting on the patio right now. Nothing better. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did call you when I was weeding last night. Oh my goodness, I just had to talk.
I know, and it's like, 9:00 at night. Hi, Diana. Like, what's up?
It rains, so I'm pulling out weeds. Just
They pull easiest after it rains.
just wanted to see what you're doing. I'll tell you about my afternoon because we already talked at lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I need more friends.
I should start
Okay?
charging for this service.
I mean, you literally could just set the phone down and be like, oh, it's been a half hour. Okay, yep, okay, well, have a good night. All right, well, all the information, so links for Bible memory, friendship, workshop, you can join live or you can catch it afterwards too. It's all going to be there for you. We're all in this together. So, I'm glad we could laugh and smile. And I want to know the responses to some of these too.
Okay.
So if you could just answer all of them as well in the comments, I
Fun.
would feel really
Yeah.
grateful. So it's fun to see the different responses. Father, I just thank you for the opportunity to hang out and laugh and enjoy time together. What a gift, Lord. And I just pray that each one of us would feel your presence in our lives. Lord, if we need healing in our physical bodies, if we need peace in our emotions, if we need a friend to chat with and share our lives with, Lord, I just pray that we would look to you, that we would ask you, and we would receive the provision that you have for us. And Lord, by your grace and your strength, carry us through these seasons, the difficult ones, the fun ones, the hard ones. Lord, I just pray that you would walk with us and that we would see your goodness, your love, and your care for us. So Father, again, thank you for this time, and I bless each one of us now. In Jesus' name, amen.